either the planning of a trip, the taking of another seminar, or the expected or unexpected arrival of an out-of-town guest. Do any of these ring a bell to you?
Maybe a trip coming up, but not that.
Where?
Well, maybe Sedona or someplace like that.
Why?
Excitement.
Specifically why?
To connect with the energy vortexes there.
One moment. Do you know anyone living there?
A couple acquaintances.
So you would be the out-of-town guest.
That would be nice.
One moment. One moment. One moment. You may thus then be shown, handed, or discover yourself another crystalline form that can help you in your work in that location.
Cool.
Whatever temperature you want. Does that help you?
Great, yes, thank you.
Have a nice trip. When will you go?
I'd have to determine that.
Determine it. When does it intuitively feel like you would go?
Perhaps 2007.
Any particular portion of your year of 2007?
Maybe like after May into the summer kind of months.
All right.
September.
But definitely between May and September.
Okay.
Not sooner, not later. All right?
Okay.
One moment. All right. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
To you, good day.
How are you?
Perfect, and you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Oh, all right.
I have a question regarding channeling and receiving information intuitively.
Yes.
I've been studying reality creation for maybe about 7 months or
Yes,
so.
yes.
Of course, now I'm realizing that I think it's been a lot longer than that. I just
Of course.
didn't know about it.
Of course.
Yeah, and actually my boyfriend and I have been practicing channeling for the past, I would say probably about the last month or so.
In
or maybe
what
a couple
style?
months. Just chatting away, just talking, and really thinking
All
we're
right.
just pulling stuff out of the air. Just for
Or
fun.
other places,
Right?
perhaps.
Yeah, okay. Use your imagination with that one, right?
Yes.
Anyway, but what's interesting is that about a week ago, we had listened to one of the CDs or, one of the MP3s on the website.
Yes.
And we heard you, and we were both totally shocked, and it's not the first time it's happened with
Yes.
some other entities,
Yes.
that we found that we were saying exactly the same things.
Yes.
even down to a lot of the analogies that are
Yes.
used. And so my question in that, of course,
Yes.
it feels very natural when we're banging these ideas around, and
Yes.
it's fun.
Yes.
Some of it we think we're totally really like, whoo, we're onto something. Other times we're like, we don't know what we're saying. But we find out later that we do indeed
All right.
know what we're saying.
Yes.
Is that channeling?
Yes.
So a lot of
But
times...
channeling is just being in the appropriate state
Right.
to receive information you need to receive at that moment.
Right.
From whatever source it needs to come from, be it yourself or somewhere else.
Right.
Because it's all the same.
Because it's all the same. But it does feel all the same, and it feels very natural.
Yes.
And
it is
so-
natural to all of you.
Of course. Now...
Yes, it is.
and I do realize that. I definitely feel that. But how is it that we can learn to separate it a little bit to say, aha, I'm channeling right now, versus,
Why would you
aha,
need to?
I'm pulling it out of the air.
Why would you need to?
I think it would be nice to kind
Why?
of know.
Why?
Well, let's see here. Some of the stuff I'm feeling
Would
like I'm
knowing
making
that
up.
in any way, shape, or form improve your ability?
I believe it would.
How?
Because I would know that there isn't a separation in the sense that some of the stuff I really feel like I'm making up.
That is sometimes how it's supposed to feel.
I would like to give off the air when I'm talking to people that I'm not making it up.
Give off an air?
Yeah, just kind of let them know that I feel like I really know what I'm talking about.
Why?
Because I think that I can help them.
So? Say, I may not know what I'm talking about, but here's an idea that may help you.
Oh, that's a good way. That's a good way of saying it.
Why, thank you.
I like that. Okay. I think I was just looking for the semantics of words.
There you go.
But I have one other question, actually,
Yes.
regarding dreams.
Yes.
I've had lots of really cool, intricate dreams. And some of them, I would say the ones that are coming to my head now,
Yes.
I've been doing a lot of flying in airplanes.
Yes.
Some were co-pilots. Actually, one that stands out is I helped somebody actually land a plane who wasn't a pilot.
Yes.
I helped him visualize the landing, and I was like, this is in my best interest because I really don't want to crash right now.
All right.
Anyway, so a lot of plane dreams. No real fear. And actually, the last one I was flying the plane myself. It was
Yes.
kind of fun.
All right, very good.
So I wanted to know if there was any what kind of symbolism.
Well,
Flying
many
has.
different things can be represented by that. Obviously, it can represent processes that you are going through in your life in terms of your, shall we say, assessment of your ability to fly with those ideas and carry them through your life successfully. They are also maybe memories of actually being out of your body. They may also be memories of having interactions on spacecraft that are being interpreted as aircraft. You follow me?
Yeah.
Many different things can be happening in those particular symbologies.
Gotcha. Okay, some more symbolism. How about I've seen a lot of things in the clouds, lots of shapes and pretty pictures and things like that.
Yes.
Fish and numbers and
Again, physical reality is nothing but a mirror. What it reflects to you is simply representative of the vibrational state you are in, so that the physical reality mirror acts as a check and balance to remind you of exactly where you are, so you can decide to either maintain it, perpetuate it, or change it.
some of the stuff seems random. So if it's a mirror of
But
like,
you
say-
know it's not.
I know it's not random. I know, but
Then why even bother saying that it seems that it is?
well, because I guess I'm trying to understand what the symbols mean, and
No.
no,
They mean nothing.
that's that
You
was,
give them the meaning you prefer to give them.
okay.
That's what they're for.
So take this and do what you want with it, basically.
That's what life is all about.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good that's a good
I
way
am
of doing
keeping
it.
this very simple because
Yeah.
I can sense that you're going towards complexity.
Okay.
And I understand
have a tendency
that it
to do
will,
that.
Well, a choice.
A choice.
And I understand that it will serve you best if you simply keep it simple.
Okay.
All right?
Very good. I think that's about it.
Pleasant dreams.
Well, thank you. We go on next. I think he's nice. Okay.
Hello, Bashar.
I know you a good day.
Good day. Bashar, a couple questions about you. First of all, where's your ship? Your ship currently?
Still above Cairo.
How far?
2,735 miles.
Getting closer. Like that.
It goes up and down.
Okay. And what happens in
No, you cannot see it.
what happens in the day in the life of an Essassani?
Anything and everything.
So there's no structure at all? Because, like, for
Of
example...
course.
Okay.
But it happens in the moment. Well, for example, obviously, I communicate with many different civilizations in preparation for contact. That's my job.
Okay, and before...
But I'm also a pilot
But before
and
you-
an explorer.
But before you get up to do your job, is there
Get
like
up?
a... Yeah, well, I mean... is there like... Yeah.
I
is there-
don't get down to get up.
So you don't sleep? There's no rest time,
We do not
rejuvenation
sleep
time? or-
anymore.
Okay.
We used to. No longer is that necessary for us because we are in connection with our higher selves in an awake state.
Wow.
We are constantly awake and constantly dreaming.
Cool. Okay, are there any... Humans tend to have a couple of, and was talked about earlier today, fears, death and falling as some of the primary ones. Are there any fears or limitations that Essassani are experiencing?
There are no fears,
Okay.
thank you. Any limitations we experience are self-imposed to serve a particular purpose.
So you choose them?
Of course. We choose to maintain some degree of physicalness to our being so that when we can ultimately interact with you, you will have something to relate to. So we impose a limitation on ourselves so that you will be able to relate to us. When we communicate with you in this way, right now, we impose limitations on what we're capable of knowing so that we will not inadvertently expose something in your process that would interfere with it.
Got it. So, okay, so you're becoming aware of our commonalities and differences just like you told us to do.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And since
We are of average about 5 feet tall of your height, whitish gray skin coloration, relatively slender. We are actually related to you genetically, are the product of the hybridization program of the beings that you call the Greys. In that sense, you will find the males have no hair, the females do. It tends to be white, sometimes it is not. Our eyes are larger than yours, and the closest approximation on your planet that you might make to us ethnically would be something in the order of a very exaggerated version of Tibetan, but very slender. Yes.
Thank you. And since we're talking about contact with new beings, have you had any more contact with the Thuk?
Oh, yes.
And what can you tell us about that? Because I know last time it was, or last I heard anyways, you could, in their presence you're aware of them, but when you're not, you don't remember about them.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we have discovered why that is so because of their nature, and we have learned how to replicate that. So that through this process of contact, you will realize that many of us have actually already had physical contact with many of you, but we have learned how to allow it to happen in such a way that you don't remember that it's happened. And thus, in that way, we can have contact, but it doesn't interfere with your process.
Got it.
So
Okay.
we have learned that from the Thuk.
Cool. And just one sharing as well, because we've been talking about some duality always existing.
Yes.
Just a metaphor that I use is, on Earth we tend to look at a glass that's got some water in it, and we say it's either half full or half empty.
Yes.
And I like to remind people that it's always full, just two different substances.
In a sense, that is one way to look at it.
Yes.
Another way to look at it is it's simply a glass of water. Drink it or don't.
Thank you, Bashar.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
This is my first experience with you,
It is my first experience with you. What a coincidence.
and it's
How often does that happen? Well, once, I guess.
been such a heart opening.
All right, thank you.
I want to thank you, and I want to express my appreciation for the balance and the love with which you answer each of our questions.
And our appreciation to you as well.
Yeah. So I wanted to know just a little bit more about on your planet.
Yes.
So then you probably don't need to eat or
We
need
do not
shelter.
eat any longer. There are very few structures on our planet. It is mostly park-like. Our cities are our ships. The planet has been left in a relatively park-like fashion. It is very much greener than yours. There is, in that sense, a higher oxygen content, although you could survive there. You might be a little dizzy at first until you acclimate. The gravity is slightly less. It might be, in some senses, slightly warmer for you from time to time, because our sun is hotter. But the idea also is that whatever needs to occur on the surface will occur in terms of the comings together of things or the creation of a structure if there is need for one. But mostly in that sense, our cities are our ships, and there are trees and park-like areas and animals on our planet.
And is there what we would call an economy, or is it just about cooperation?
It is just about synchronicity. We have, in that sense, unlimited energy to do whatever we want. There is no need for an economic structure to regulate that. It is self-regulating.
And are the peoples finished with characteristics that we think of, such as greed and impatience and warlike tendencies?
We have no need of those, but thank you for offering them. You see, again, it's really a matter of perspective. Because if we understand life in the way we understand it, and everything that's happening right now is exactly what's supposed to be happening, and we're very excited about whatever it is that is happening, then we're never wanting to be anywhere else. And because we are never waiting to be anywhere else, we don't even need patience. And because we don't need patience, that's why we're never impatient.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
Does that help?
Yes. And besides showing us that there is another choice, does the Middle East serve any other purpose on our planet right now?
It serves the purpose of allowing ideas that are ancient to be played out, old stories to be played out, and brought to the surface in a way that will bring to a head the choices that you are making on this world and what they could lead to if you choose to go in that direction. But it is the assimilation of old ideas, ancient ideas, and the opportunity for each and every one of you to discover your way of relating to them so that you can integrate those, and by thus integrating them within yourself, give off a vibration that allows them to finish integrating their stories, their processes, and so forth. It is far more than that. But at this point, we do not have, in your terms, time enough in this transmission to address all of the ideas. More may come on this at a later time.
Thank you. And one last
Yes.
personal question. For about a year and a half, I've been waking up many mornings with a headache and feeling exhaustion.
Yes.
Do you have any comment to help me with that?
For how long?
What's been going on for about a year and a half?
One moment. For how long does the headache and the exhaustion last?
Usually it's probably gone, the headache is gone within the first hour usually. Sometimes it lasts longer, and the exhaustion is beginning to feel like it's lasting throughout the day.
Did your life experience a different kind of change or pressure at that time, 1.5 of your years ago?
I changed my bedroom, but
To do what?
just the room in which I'm sleeping. Maybe the air is not adequate.
One moment. You might, if you have not already done so, attempt a detoxification process to clean out your body and see if that helps you. All right?
Thank you very much.
One moment. One moment. One moment. Is there some place in nature that you also like to be that you haven't been for in a while?
Yes,
Where?
at the water, in the beach, in the warm.
Is there some place you can go to take advantage of that?
I'll create that.
All right. It might be at this point in your life wise for you to reconnect to nature in a very earthly and grounded way
Yes.
and breathe deeply of those nature essences. All right?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. At this timing, allow us to suggest to each and every one of you that you take a moment to close your eyes and to recognize that from moment to moment to moment to moment, you are constantly reinventing yourself, literally, physically, jumping from parallel reality to parallel reality to parallel reality that is representative of the vibration you happen to be at any given moment. You are never sitting still, never dormant, never static. You are made in the image of the infinite creation, and that means you are always creating, whether you are aware of it or not. And when I say creating, I mean that at every moment you make a change, you make a total change, a complete change in the entirety of your universal experience. Guide yourself through this experience, through this process, by being, at any given moment, the state of being that you prefer to be, the vibration you prefer to be. It's your choice. There is no reason not to be who you prefer to be other than the reasons you invent for yourself. No contradiction comes from all that is to what you believe most strongly you are. It supports you utterly, totally, unconditionally, moment to moment to moment. Relax into the certain knowledge that all that is does not create mistakes. If you exist, you deserve to. If you deserve to exist, you deserve to exist how you choose to be. But only by being that state will you experience the reality that goes with it. for that is the state of creation itself. We will, at this time, extend to each and every one of you our deepest appreciation at the co-creation of this contact, for this is a contact, and will lead to others of a variety of natures and kinds, on all levels. You are never alone, and this is an active program, an active agenda in which you are actively participating. And this is but one moment, one phase, one chapter in a new direction of history. You are rewriting yourselves, and it is an exciting story that is unfolding. Feel it, ride with it, be in it. Be the character you were created to be. Our unconditional love to you all, our appreciation to you all, our gratitude to you all. Good day. How'd it go? Thank you all again for being here. Appreciate it.
Allowing this transmission to occur through this particular gateway in this way at this time. Once again, each and every time our civilization is afforded the opportunity to interact with your civilization in this manner, it opens up our understanding of all the different ways that the infinite can express itself through our perceiving each and every one of your unique points of view. So we thank you for this gift. We would like to begin this interaction and this transmission with the following idea. We would like to discuss the notion of vibrational residue, so to speak. The idea being that from time to time we have discussed and we have mentioned the principle called resonance identification. And we have discussed many times the idea that everything is vibration of energy, and that, of course, as many of you already know, whatever frequency, whatever vibrational rate you are operating on is what determines, of course, the reality experience that is reflected back to you through the experience of physical reality. But the idea expressed in the way that we would like to discuss this day of your time is a little bit more focused on the concept of resonance domains, frequency domains, strata of experiences that are each representative of a particular bandwidth or frequency or rate of vibration of energy, and how your actions, your choices of what frequencies and energies you give off actually create, in a sense, a reservoir or a buildup of vibrational residue in a particular frequency domain. For example, the idea that we have talked about from time to time that is phrased in what you would call your biblical literature as judge not, yes, in that way ye be judged. And as we have explained, meaning simply that you are not being judged by someone else, but in a sense are becoming the vibration of judgment and thus experiencing judgment reflected back to you. That is the meaning of that phrase. Let us take that a little bit more specifically to understand that in any given circumstance and situation, how you respond, how you react in that circumstance, in that situation, will create there to be a repository of energy of that particular frequency that becomes associated with that particular circumstance or situation. We know that you have certain kinds of situations on your planet. We will choose one to act as a fundamental example of what we are talking about. You have the circumstance on your planet called automobile traffic. You have expressed many times that in certain circumstances, many of you will become very angry, very frustrated, and will perhaps react in a very negative way. You will put out a particular frequency vibration of confrontation and conflict. And the idea to understand is that when you do that, you allow there to be a strong association of that particular output to that particular circumstance or situation in general. So that if you yourself then in the future should find yourself in the very same circumstance or situation on the same frequency vibrational level again, whatever it is as a vibrational deposit that you left last time, you will then experience being reflected back to you the next time. In that sense, it is similar to the concept of self-imposed karma, self-created karma, in that if you create conflictive vibrations, frustration vibrations, anger vibrations in the first situation, then the next time you find yourself in a similar situation, it may not necessarily come back to you in exactly the same way, but come back to you it will. Because you have, in a sense, associated that circumstance with that frequency and will automatically find yourself at the receiving end of the frequency that you gave off. The idea is that you may not receive it in the same way. Individuals may not necessarily curse at you, as you say, as you may have done the first time to them. But you may experience it either that way, or you may experience all of a sudden an overwhelming sense, perhaps now that you are in their shoes, doing exactly the same thing that you cursed them out for before the first time. You may feel a sense of overwhelming shame. You may feel a sense of guilt. Not that you deserve to, not that you need to, but the idea is that this energy will come back to you in some way, for everything requires balance. And if you leave a deposit of that vibration connected to such a circumstance, then when you find yourself crossing that wavelength again, you will pick up the baggage that you left before. Because it is associated to you. It is keyed to you. It came from you. It belongs to you. It will come back to you. The idea is that, again, it may come back to you in a variety of ways. Either it will be literally reflected in exactly the same way that you gave it off, or you will feel it or experience it in your life in some manifestation that is indicative of the same vibrational level. Things suddenly may not work too well for you. Things may start to fall apart. You may feel certain emotions that are unpleasant for you. All because, to begin with, you allowed yourself to succumb to a particular vibration that may have really no benefit for you constructively, and in giving it off and associating it and attaching it to that circumstance, then it doesn't allow you to be free to experience that circumstance in the future in a clear and neutral way. Whenever you make such an association, you automatically limit the way in which you can experience that circumstance in the future until you clarify that energy as you have put it in to begin with. Always it is of great benefit and greater benefit to allow yourself the opportunity to experience any circumstance in a fundamentally neutral way, so that you can then decide to extract from the circumstance, no matter how it looks, a fundamentally positive or constructive outcome. But if you have already made the association of negative energy, so to speak, or more precisely, conflictive or discordant energy to that circumstance, then that's what you leave there for yourself to find the next time you cross that particular threshold. And in that sense, it'll be an opportunity for you to learn to render that circumstance into a neutral and fundamentally meaningless set of props that you can then be free to determine what kind of energy, what kind of outcome you would rather prefer to extract from the circumstance, no matter how it looks on the surface, and no matter how previously you may have been taught to think or label or judge or limit that circumstance. I remind you once again, every circumstance is neutral, and every circumstance can serve double duty, positive or negative. The meaning you put into it, the energy vibration you attach to it, is utterly what determines the effect you will get out of it, no matter what anyone else's intentions are. Going into it, you are your own reality, and you have the final say on exactly what frequency you experience and how you translate that frequency in your reality as body, as emotion, as spirit. It is up to you. So be aware of what energy you give off in any given situation, because you will pass that way again and you will pick up that bag when you come back. Make sure it's baggage you want to carry. Otherwise, let it go so you can travel lightly. And in any given situation, then, respond quickly so that you will not have to then, in a sense, take the time to transform the baggage that was left there by you before. Baggage claim, you may call this if you wish. Now then, we thank you for allowing us to reflect this nuance of vibrational mechanics to you. And in return for the gift that you are giving our civilization at this time in experiencing this co-created interaction, I ask in what way at this time may I and my world be of service to you.